G'day guys, welcome back to the Love Cafe for another installment of the Love Cafe. And I say all around the internet, recipes are always like the world's best or the best blank you'll ever have. Well today, we're not doing that. We're making the world's just most decent lemon meringue pie. Why is it the world's most decent lemon meringue pie, you might ask? Well, it has very few ingredients, it's easy to make, but frankly, I'm not really willing to make a world's best claim just yet. I'd rather stay Switzerland on the whole lemon meringue pie war situation. Now, this recipe comes from James's mum or grandma or someone. You may remember James from Schwarzwald Kirschtorte. This is him here. Unfortunately, yes, that's the only photo we have on file of him. Anyway, all you need today is Marie biscuits, or Marie, depending on what side of the street you're born on, a tin of sweetened condensed milk, your brand of choice, 3 lemons, 3 eggs, caster sugar, and butter. First thing you want to do is crush your Marie biscuits by any means necessary. That could be with a rolling pin, maybe in a mortar and pestle, in a food processor, whatever works for you. Now you have what is essentially your Marie biscuit flour. You're going to add to it 120 grams of melted butter, and then just sort of toss and mix that through with a fork. Now that the crust's done, while we get the rest going, we want to preheat our oven to 180 degrees. Okay, so we're going to do 2 things at once. Now we're going to be making the meringue that goes on top in this bowl, and the filling that goes in the filling in this bowl. So to start with, we're going to separate 3 eggs. The whites are going in our meringue bowl, and the yolks are going in our filling bowl. Then we will affix our whisk attachment, or you can just use an electric whisker, and we can start whisking our egg whites. To this, when it starts to form firm peaks, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of caster sugar. By the end of it, we want firm peaks just like this. That's a belter of a meringue. Now don't lick your whisk or beaters yet, because we need to rinse it off and go with our filling. Now you could have done this during the meringue or get someone else to, or a friend if you have any. Must be nice. But for the sake of showing you, this is how we're doing it. So, re-affix our whisk attachment. We have our 3 egg yolks in the bowl. We need sweetened condensed milk. Just a whole tin. Now, God forbid the day that they change the size of the tins, because it's just 1 tin, and I don't know how much it is. It's 397 grams. Make sure you get all the goodness in. To this, we're also adding the rind of 1 lemon. And finally, we're adding a 1/2 cup of lemon juice, which we're squeezing, straining, and measuring to eliminate any seeds. And now we're ready to combine, so just do that. Now that everything's done, it's time to construct. Now the first rule in construction is always wear a hard hat, but I don't have one. So we're gonna skip straight to step 2, which is lay the foundations. To do that, we're going to need our Marie biscuit butter mixture. We're just gonna dump that straight in and press gently with our hands the mixture into our bottomless frittata pan, like so. Now it is going to feel a little bit dry, but trust me, it does work. It does make for a crumbly crust, but it all tastes good. Now that that's done, we can add our filling and then gently spread that around our crust, to which we're finally going to top with our beautiful meringue. So try and push that right to the edges and all over the filling, if you can. And then once that's done, you can make a pretty little pattern. So keeping in mind that the thinner and topmost bits of our pie are going to take on the most colour, and that the sugars in the meringue are going to brown up nicely, we can dip our spatula in, pull over the meringue to create a nice little pattern that'll make it look really nice at the end. And into the oven that goes for about 20 minutes or until brown on top. Okay, our pie is done. As you can see, it's picked up some nice colour, or maybe see, it's picked up some nice colour along the frills. Gonna pop it down here and let it rest for at least 15 minutes. So So 15 minutes has passed and the pie is cool enough to touch. So the next thing we want to do is lift our pie up carefully over a bowl, remembering it doesn't have a bottom. Slowly pull this away, and now it's got enough butter in it that it should just slide off, and that's our pie. Now it's still a little bit warm, and that's fine. You can serve it just like this, or you can leave it out to cool to room temperature, or even put it in the fridge and it'll set up a little bit more. This will keep for a few days, but for now, let's have a look at what we've got. Check that out. Beautiful. Our meringue, our filling, our biscuit. I gotta tell you, that's pretty decent. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a go at home. Make sure if you do, take a photo and tag @the_love cafe. Happy baking. Thanks for coming. See ya.